Well, the whole thing is, so this restarted a couple years ago. It's gone on my entire life, but for quite a while there, I was living in the middle of nowhere, and it had basically died away, and it gone essentially silent. I've enjoyed my blissful anonymity, as I called it, for a while. However, that eventually came to an end when I moved to Florida to buy a sailboat, and in mid-18, stuff started happening again, and anyway, this one woman came around. I just kind of got the hots for her, decided to reciprocate to her showing up for me, even though it had never worked out, by going to Paris for her, as a gesture of my general reciprocate. I would do the same for her. If a situation were somehow reversed, just gesture of good faith, what have you. At that time, they broke out the complete, they took my publicly recognized persona from me, and promoted something other than me as me that was horribly racist and evil shit, which was just horrifying and devastating to me. And it's just absolutely emblematic of sort of a perfect encapsulation of just what's wrong with this entire thing, is that, they've got some arrangement wherein they think that my person is just something to be sort of traded and abused, for whatever social control mechanism is in play at this point, I mean, they've basically gotten to the point where they're arguing that, their social policy, which is literally one of promoting hatred towards me, and validating the hatred of me by the other guy, by promoting bald-faced lies about me, up to the point of actually, taking my publicly recognized persona from me and using that false persona, to promote, hatred and lies, and just, wow, it's shocking, it's kind of like, wow, it's that bad. Anyway, I went on around the world, spent some time in Southeast Asia working on videos, trying to work on these videos because I wanted to make some statement about who I am versus what the machinery would have me be seen as, and I own me. Nobody else does. They don't. They have no right to take my publicly recognized persona from me and push that shit. And it's just wrong. And the whole thing throughout has just been this endless series of little vignettes where I own myself for a little bit of the time, and then ultimately they take my person away from me and hand it off to the other guy for him to smear and malign me, to promote his and validate his ill will towards me, if you will, which he has plenty, and that's been endlessly and repeatedly proven publicly, on the air and everything, all the damn time. It just doesn't stop. So, now that there's the whole shutdown with the pandemic and everything, the whole chance of this thing being resolved just drops off ginormously. But, whether or not it survived the coronavirus thing, I don't know. I'm not trying to be, dark or whatever, but, you just don't know. And I would like for somebody eventually to at least have the possibility of seeing some of this stuff, although I do honestly wonder if anyone will see any of it, given various factors. In any event, I would suggest you go through them chronologically. Begin the first date. YouTube does not really allow you to set it up that way. I've tried to keep setting it to begin at oldest date and so on and so forth. It keeps on resetting it to the other way around. Irritating. But obviously YouTube has a lot of issues. May also do a Vimeo channel. I don't know. So anyway, if you're watching this, thank you. I appreciate it. It occurs to me there's other ways to do this, and there's zillions of things to cover. If anybody wanted to ask me questions or whatnot, that would be a good way to get it rolling, because there's an infinitude of crazy crap that has happened to me throughout my life because of all this infotainment nonsense that I've lived through. So there it is. Anyway, if you're watching, if you wasted your time with this, or maybe you don't feel like you wasted time, in any event, I appreciate your time. Thanks for watching. Take care. Peace.